While Kern County is known for being home to the production of corn, almonds, and pistachios, this year local farmers saw a decline in the number of acres they were able to plant for cotton. 23 ABC's Breanna Polk paid a local farm a visit today to learn about why the production of Pima cotton was impacted this year and what that means for consumers.
Right here behind me is acres and acres of cotton. Typically here in the Central Valley, roughly 120,000 acres of cotton are grown. But due to the wet winters that we saw earlier this year, that number dropped down to about 80,000 acres. Water is such an important resource for farmers. However, too much of it can be an issue for certain crops.
It's one of the lowest cotton acreages we've had in the history of California since we started planting Pima.
Jake Kauza is a fourth-generation farmer in Kern County and says the previous winter rains brought floods that farmers haven't seen in decades.
Very extreme winter. We saw floods that we haven't seen in 40, 50 years. I want to say the wettest winter since 1983.
Out in Buttonwillow is where Kauza grows acres of Pima cotton. However, as a result of the heavy rains from earlier this year, many grounds for agriculture in the Central Valley have become soggy, posing a challenge for some farmers.
Our upland side is around 20,000, and I think it stayed the same, mostly due to that flooding up north and this late rain that we had kind of diverted people into growing different crops, and unfortunately some not growing any crops at all.
Kauza says he usually can plant around 500 to 600 acres of Pima cotton starting in April, which is then harvested in October. But this year, only 100 acres were able to be planted.
We run this water around 12 hours, have our guys check it every so often, and once it gets to the end of the field, we change it.
But soggy grounds aren't the only thing that has been impacted. Kauza says cotton prices have been as well.
Prices have decreased. High inflation has caused that, and consumer spending has gone down. Pima cotton is more of a luxury item. Prices at this time last year were around $3 a pound, and right now they're around $2.
Kauza says he doesn't believe the decrease of cotton acreage will raise the price of cotton products in stores. He says brands will always make their percentage. However, he hopes the lack of supply is only short term. Although heavy rain did impact the production of cotton, Kauza says the unplanted acres did not go to waste as they were used for different crops.
We're harvesting tomatoes right now, just finished harvesting carrots, and the harvest is coming up, and it's a great feeling to finish out that crop.
In Buttonwillow, Breanna Polk, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
Taking a closer look now at the history of cotton production in California, the State Department of Food and Agriculture says cotton was introduced here by missionary padres in the early 19th century. High demand during World War I caused a cotton boom with a large increase in production in the Central Valley. Kern is listed as one of the top 5 cotton-producing counties in the state, along with Fresno, Kings, Merced, and Tulare counties. These counties produce more than 90% of cotton harvested in California.